For where 2 or 3 come together in my name, there I am with them. Matthew 18:20. Alright, we have a GE electric range, and the symptoms are that the broiler element, the one on the top, is getting very hot. And if you turn the oven off, it still is getting very hot. And so the only thing you can do to stop it is to unplug the range. So I'm going to get into this and see if we can figure out what's causing it. So I took the 4 screws out, the 2 that hold the element in to the back, and the 2 that hold this brace that keeps it up against the top of the oven. And I went to pull that element out, and one of the wires came out and the other one stayed in, so I'm going to have to take it apart on the back to retrieve that other wire. So on the back of the range here, you go to the lower section here, and there's one little screw at the bottom that you unscrew, and then you can just take this piece right off. And of course that works nicely for the lower connection, which is right here for the lower element, but the upper element is behind this bigger piece up here, which has several screws around the outside, and so I'm going to have to take that off as well. So with that upper piece removed, I see where the elements come through, and this is the one that was pushed back, and that one is still in there. So if I look at both of those connectors, no apparent issues with them. Okay, so this is the circuit board that controls the oven, and there are 2 relays on here. This thing here is a relay that controls the oven element, which is the lower one, and this is the one that controls the broil element, which is the upper one. And so what happened was that the broil relay welded shut, or welded on, and it was stuck on, and so the only way that the power could be turned off was to unplug the unit. So it's freed up now and working. So, but I think the recommended repairs is, if you can find one, is to replace this whole board. So I'm going to try to see if I can use some contact cleaner and clean up those contacts and maybe make this thing go a little longer, but ultimately it's either buy a new stove or buy one of these circuit boards. So I ordered the new replacement circuit board. It looks a little bit different than this one, but we'll assume that they sent me the right part, and we'll replace this and see if it works. So looking at the installation instructions, it does tell you where the wires go, so that explains the difference in the way that the old one is connected versus the new one is connected. And these are the bottom one is the new part, and the top one is the old part. So now I have to try to get the black cover piece off of the old one and install it on the new one. And I think the trick there is to use a hairdryer, according to what I've been told. So we'll give that a try. And so we were able to successfully remove this cover piece. There's some double-sided tape around the perimeter of it, and by heating that up with a hairdryer and prying underneath it with a putty knife, we were able to get that right off of there. And I think to put this on the new one, I'm probably going to apply a little more double-sided tape because this isn't real sticky anymore. But hopefully that should work. I'm getting ready to hook up the wires, and so far the neutral wire went into there according to the wiring diagram. The hot wires go into here, the broil wire goes into here, but this bake wire has got a protrusion on the top, and actually this white plastic piece won't fit down in the slot there, so I'm going to have to remove this this plastic connector so I can plug that connector directly in. And I believe that there's a release tab right down in there, and I'm going to stick a small screwdriver in there and to bend that up to allow that connector to come out. Alright, so if you're looking down in there, you can see that little tab that sticks up, and you just have to stick a small screwdriver down there and depress that tab, and then that will release the wire from the plastic housing. And then just for safety's sake, I put a little electrical tape right here to just so that if somebody in the future takes off that panel, they don't accidentally ground that out and create all kinds of sparks by touching touching something to it. So anyway, just a little added safety precaution. Alright, repair seems to be completed. We turned the oven on, and when I turn it off, it actually turns off. So anyway, thanks for watching.